Wow, okay. Oh, Busio, hang on, very low. The Ignite goes down to Hansama's. Busio has to step away.
Let's try to step forward, flash away from Hansama, but the fourth shot from the Jin finds enough to take the kill. It's about to praise Hansama on this Sivir. 9 wins in a row on the pick, but the KC bot lane coming up trumps.
What a fantastic start for the KC bot lane. Kalist with the 4th shot. This is what gives Jin all that power in the laning phase. Hansama flashes preemptively, but he does not.
He didn't really have anything to stop Kalist from opening fire. But Busio happened to flash there as he went for the engage.
We will see an exchange of Scuttle Crabs. Yike a little bit slower on his first clear than Skewmon, who is down towards this bottom side, but looks like he's going to reset. The ward will come in, or in fact, like doesn't. Well, it does have the ward, doesn't put it down. Busio shadowing strike there for the CC. No way out for him, really. No dredge line possibility. Skewmon stays around a little bit longer. Manages to secure the kill.
I think Busio hooked the wall, so he wasn't right beside himself, so wasn't actually able to try and hook to Spider-Man his way out of that situation. That looked bizarre.
I have to have a look back at it. You do get a shortened cooldown on your hook if you use it against terrain.
No, he was standing beside the wall.
Okay.
So
we'll have another look. Let's have a look at the replay.
Because here, I think he just accidentally hooks the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. He knew they had a little bit more time down there, which is why Skewmon could stay around, but not the best from Busio. He evens out the score down towards that bottom side. Now with the TP in, Yahoo tries to flash away, shadowing strike there for the CC. Busio comes in with a Hex Flash, and Yahoo teleports in and loses half his health immediately. Skewmon stacking up his passive. Does have the flash. Yahoo no longer has that summoner. Flash forward with the mount up. They'll go for Yahoo. The CC chain on him, not enough. Shifting Stance shield will not save him. A 1-for-1 the exchange. Supportal combat between Busio and LeBron means that Busio
back after his first reset. So that is a fairly sizable gold lead now for Caps.
LEC, right?
Was
I not?
No, you were not.
I was so sure. I pressed the button, guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, ready? Do you want to see some Azir stats for Yahoo?
Are they specifically for LEC?
They are specifically for LEC. Wow.
Oh, there you go. Oh, 11-0. My apologies. So, yeah, versus G2.
Do exactly that. Yike, not yet level 6, doesn't have the impale to pull Skewmon back under the turret.
Yeah, just the level 6, the crab taken immediately for Skewmon means that he's able to respond to the play. So both mid laners going down as Yike wants to fish for a little bit more.
Skewmon 3-0 through this early game. Has picked up every single kill for G2. Yike can fish. But Skewmon is the one with the spear. They'll crash down onto Busio in the bot lane after Shock's exchange.
He often does with this Jace. He's built a pretty healthy lead against Broken Blades and he's rapidly accelerating on the Jace, and that poke is going to be devastating as the game continues. He's a player that we haven't talked a huge amount about in this series, but when you give him these champions to have that type of agency, he will find a way to have impact, and we may very well see it right now as he's
comes across, flashes over the wall as well as he brings down the hammer on Caps and finds the kill. It's nice impact there for the Chase follow-up. Impale lands on the Skewmon as well. LeBron here to try and save his jungler, and he does exactly that with the heal. Keeps him alive just in time. LeBron may have sacrificed his own life for it, but in fact, KC back away from the play.
Yahoo hoping that the scoop would save his life, but take Skewmon out. But unfortunately not the case. Skewmon will get to walk away. Very lucky that heal came through.
hesitant to...
G2 will fully contest. Skewmon is going to blast Cone in, spotted on Vision now. Reaction from Busio from the mid lane as he starts to walk across. It will be a 2-for-1 exchange as the Broad comes in as well. Unstoppable onslaught from Broken Blade as he tries to join the play. They'll jump onto Busio. Decimating smash there for the knock-up. Kana trying to come in from the top side. Jumps onto Caps immediately and gets the kill. Shield bolt onto Kana. Now in the midst of 3 members of G2 and KC have lost 1. Could double impale, but I don't think they have the damage because Yahoo's sitting on components. Yike's gonna fall as well as Yahoo has to flash away. It's a triple for Skewmon. He's got 6 to his name.
Skewmon stands strong like the Spartans of old, as in the face of KC, he just takes the fight. Kill after kill, recognizing that without Kana, they just don't have the damage, and the fight simply goes their way. Now Caps returns.
There's the stun. Skewmon gets in range for the shield bot with the Aegis Assault movement speed, and he scoots back, but he still has flash. Skewmon, man, he's doing a one-man army right now. 7-0-0. He's a reverse James Bond.
Yeah, they're kind of hoping there was 700 instead of 300 back in the day, but Skewmon going to be happy with that one as immediately with the engage, Broken Blade gets a knock-up. Kana sends it for Caps. but kind of gives his life as a result, because Yike's trying to get in position as the ultimate just came up with the impale for him, but Yahoo just doesn't have the damage to follow up.
Credit to LeBron, that 3-man stun there. That's not easy to do. LeBron really setting his jungler up for success. 0-1-6, the scoreline for him. Yes.
Has an Essence Reaver completed, scaling up towards the Sivir power spike of 70 billion items that apparently AD carries can build these days. And you have the bridge. And that bridge is the back of a Spartan with 7 kills. It's a pretty effective bridge in most cases.
I would say that that's fairly stable.
Yeah.
You have to remember, though, that should Skumon fall, so does the gold lead for G2. So he is an incredibly important piece.
Yes. That is not often what they talk about in the, the gates of Thermopylae. Is they did lose the fight, and they still got sacked. Their city still got... People escaped, sure, but they still lost in the end. Yeah. So if Skumon dies, yes. It's very possible.
But Skumon did get to kick that guy into the well, which was really
That is true. That is true.
Wow. Herald now, 10 seconds away.
Doesn't have the flash right now. Yeah, Caps goes in. Disintegrate for the stun, Incinerate for the follow-up. Lebrov is here. Goes full tilt, just hits the minion and walks away. We often see that when the Rel is looking for the engage. There's a bit of vision here for KC as Yike will step into it. The control ward down, Shadow Strike coming in as well. There's the impale. Skumon drops across the wall afterwards, but it's going to be a 3v2 in KC's favor in just a moment, and Skumon's already down to half HP. Death charge onto Lebrov, he'll dash across the wall, but Skumon's falling lower. Good deadly flourish, and the curtains open. They'll go for Lebrov instead of Skew, but Yahoo wants to take them too. Yahoo goes in, the Emperor's Divide back caps, and Han Summer will kill him off in the end. Lebrov has paid for this aggression with his life, but in the end, the support a willing sacrifice.
Yahoo went way too deep there to try and make the play, thinking he could go for that Flash Emperor's Divide, but you're into a burst-heavy comp with both Annie and Pantheon, and he pays for it.
A skirmish that looked fantastic initially for KC. Skumon was so low, and they thought to themselves, well, hang on, if we can get this kill, then we can swing a lot of the game in our way. Busio on the flank, ready to cut off the escape. He flashes over, gets the route onto Skumon, and now they're thinking, okay, let's kill Skumon. The amount of gold we can get off of this kill could be massive. So Yahoo sees the vision in his eyes, but then the stun comes through from Skumon. The ultimate drop from Caps. He flashes over the wall. Hans commits his flash as well. He ends up getting that kill, which ultimately means a 1-for-1 trade. KC don't stop the very strong Skumon.
And what I think KC been doing really well all series is kind of playing for these little wins against G2, where it's you get that pick, you get that kill, you get a little bit of an advantage, and then that continues to accrue and grow, and that's how KC have been winning. But in this game so far, they've kind of been overdoing it. I think that was a good example of it there, where you try to get both Lebrov and Skumon by throwing the depth charge onto Lebrov instead of onto Skumon, so Skumon gets away. Then Yahoo tries to sell the play afterwards and ends up getting caught. Now let's see if they've overdone it again.
As Ishtar's impact comes out, but there's a shield bot follow-up, and Yike is just too deep. He's already in the Tribush. There's a Battle Herald, but that Herald doesn't need to see any sign of war. The charge will now come in from Caps as Yike is already on the floor. Kana gets a knockback onto Broken Blade, but there's the knockup from Caps with the Rift Herald. Skumon start falling into the backline as Kana's shortly falling afterwards. Knocked up and taken out by Caps, and Busio will follow suit sharpish. G2 just collapse on KC, and as you say, Rob, it's overinvestment from Carmine Corp.
I mean, you used the word collapse, and I think it describes the blue wall perfectly here in Game 4. A bit by bit, the bricks are crumbling, and G2 amass a 4.3k gold lead. The second dragon will go their way, and Yike starts to play off by going too deep.
Yeah, he immediately tries to turn on towards Caps and Skumon. Skumon dropping the Herald as an escape, but there's no real follow-up with the TP from Broken Blade. Perfect to keep everyone separated. Yahoo and Kalist are nowhere near this play, and it's KC who end up paying for it.
Nice knockup comes through from Caps, the ulti from Skumon. All the while, the AD carries sit in mid lane and continue to wave clear. Hans down in a lot of trouble.
Spell shield did block the dredge line, but you can't block both. As Kalist gets the shutdown. Nice positioning there from Busio and Yike to find.
Thinking he needed to go cover mid, so maybe now should be able to get the top lane turned off the back of it there.
There's no TP really that G2 can easily use. Like Caps could TP up there, but it's pretty risky.
Yeah, it was always just a question of how much crystalline gems.
Overgrowth,
overgrowth were there.
Caps on the chase, Modern Shield, trying to get that extra movement speed. Lebrov getting in behind as well, as Kana does still have flash. A 2v1, a possibility. jumps in. There's the Tibbers crash down as well. Caps waiting for the cooldown. It's a good Magnet Storm will pull Kana back. And well, he's been involved in 11 of the 12 kills G2 have got. It's easy to focus on the fact that Skumon has 8 of the kills, and yes, he has done a great job, but LeBron has been there so often, finding these stuns, finding these knockups, and there's another one to follow up onto Yike. Busio goes in with the dredge line and the depth charge, and Impale only landing onto Skumon. Yike getting chased out by his enemy jungler, and the rest of G2 trying to collapse around the side. Another Shattering Strike across the wall. The Emperor's Divide just divides some space, but it buys nothing at all, really. Yike dies, and G2 might just turn their attentions across towards the Baron.
Yeah, buys G2 a ticket to the Purple Worm, and they're going to be happy to take that trip. G2 collapsing so well every time. They've so much damage, so much CC, and KC just can't fight back.
We've got no Ultimates up here for KC, but yeah, who's trying to put some soldiers into the mix-up. Kana TP's in, has that shield from the teleport. 4,000 on the Baron, a good shot blast onto the backline. Skumon and Hansama fall low. Kalist goes in with the fourth shot, but can't find it. LeBron with the Magnet Storm cleanse away from Kalist. G2 wants to retreat, and Broken Blade's going to be forfeit for it. Kalist on a killing spree, but G2 get out with the bounce.
G2 will be more than happy with that trade. KC with no jungler can only really stand and watch. Kalist with the idea comes close to stealing away the Baron, but not close enough. Now Kana, the target.
Skumon goes in with the Grand Starfall. Aegis assault for the movement speed as well, and there's the shield walk for the chase. There was a TP in by Caps as well, down to the bottom Tribush. Kana thinks he's out, but Caps has other ideas. Hansama gifted the kill. Try and close that gold gap to Kalist, and Skumon will go in and steal away some Caps.
Have they now gone in too deep though, as the root does connect, and Yike is back out on the map.
Just don't think they have the damage.
Yeah.
Just Kalist here, unfortunately. So G2 going to keep this pressure up. They get the mid lane tower. The TP coming through from Broken Blade. Looks like they might be fishing for a bit more.
With the tier 2 down towards this bottom side. Oh, flash forward from Busio, flash away from Caps. Reacts in time, did have the rocket belt, decided flash the better form of valor as he goes in with the Emperor's Divide. Yahoo gonna get stunned up underneath the tower. LeBron tanking it. Now it goes over to Skumon, and a couple of shots will be enough to take him down. Hansama on the back line forces Yahoo down. Caps will die. Yike loses the defenses of his tower and loses his life alongside it.
Caps fell, but his bear did a hell of a lot of work in that back line as KC fall further and further behind. G2 set on going to Game 5.
I will say that
felt like an overinvestment from G2, right?
Yeah, it definitely did. So a good flash from Caps for sure, but now Yahoo has an angle. He knows that if he can find the Annie, they have a play. The ulti comes out from Yike, connects onto only Skumon. Caps then gets in melee range of Kalist, but underneath the tower, KC is winning the fight.
There's no way Caps didn't do that deliberately. He rocket belts forward into Yahoo, who he knows has Emperor's Divide, and as soon as he gets scooped back, he literally walks at Kalist. Like, I'd have to watch that replay again, but you cannot tell me that Caps is not deliberate in being like, hey, scoop me, please.
Calculated.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was. And maybe I'm giving Caps too much credit there. But I really think that, like,
to be fair,
know he's just burnt flash as well.
Yeah, exactly.
2, 4, and 12 in this game. Assist Annie is clearly the best form of Annie, as the third dragon of the game will go the way of G2. And I think we're seeing a clear differential. When KC get their slower paced games, they get to play the team fights that they want, and they get the better of G2. But G2 is a lot more about the early game. If they can build that lead and ride that wave, they simply dominate their opposition. Now, KC's looking to fight back.
Who goes on to Skumon. Emperor's Divide gets him back. He does have a Guardian Angel, but there are 3 demons surrounding him right now. Kana goes in. There's the GA on Skumon. Busio trying to get in with those staggering blows, but with an unstoppable also into a decimating smash. Oh, Broken Blade yelling timber as KC are getting felled. Yike forced away. And on towards the top side, Kana's taken out by Caps. Kalist chased out by LeBron. A crash down just as the blue wall comes crashing around him. Kalist taken out. Yike, the last man standing for KC. Looking for that stun. Busio goes in with the dredge line. The Magnet Storm landing on towards the backline. Skumon stunned against the wall, impaled as well. But Skumon is not the only threat. Caps gets a double. Skumon eats up all of the resources of Yike, and now G2 can just look to push in. Skumon trying to steal away this Scuttle Crab as well, will manage to do so. Sku needs one more kill to tie the most kills ever from a Pantheon in the LEC. He and Jankos hold that record, and he wants it on Yike. I mean, Yoke, yeah, you've gone the wrong way. Oracles will spot you out. Skewmon 2 levels up on his enemy jungler. And the Scorpion Sting has no venom. LeBron here to help out. Yeah, he's going to heal up with a Protoplasm Harness, but he's only delaying the inevitable. Now there's 3 at the top. Skew, and Yankos with 12 kills on Pantheon.
12 kills is insane, and it all starts with this, where KC trying to find the pick on the Broken Blade. He flashes away, and KC know that they've gone too far. Good spell sheet from Hans Samuel, but the engage from LeBron is perfect. Broken Blade with the decimating smash to follow up, and it's just been this 1-2 punch over and over again from G2.
Oh, they're looking to collapse on the caps though.
Well, sometimes you go fishing and you bring up an old shoe, sometimes you get a fish, sometimes you get a monstrous fire bear. It happens.
That was cool. That was a very cool play from Caps. Baron now secured. G2 with a 10k gold advantage. I mean, the gold lead doesn't really matter. Like, G2 is simply stronger. They are so much stronger, and KC are running out of options.
Yeah.
They need a bunch of mistakes to come through, but it very much looks like they're here in the spring finals of 2026. We're going to Game 5.
I don't think Busio gets away from this.
I don't think he escapes either. Unfortunately, though, Skewmon isn't here to get his 13th kill.
But they're TPing in onto this.
They're
the
TPing to try and collapse onto Skewmon and LeBron as Busio is forced away. Protoplasm heals him up. He's going to start tanking a tower in a second. LeBron is low. Magnet Storm doing quite a lot of work as Skewmon doesn't have that Guardian Angel, but with Ishtar's impact coming in, he's able to flash across the wall and Broken Blade. Stops Yite from charging further forward with that unstoppable onslaught. Skewmon will be able to reset and start pull back in, although he's going to get hit with a bouncing grenade just as he recalls.
Very lucky, because 10 seconds until the Dragon. This will be sold for G2, but in fact, it's KC now who are set up in the area.
The 10,000 gold lead for G2. Everywhere they look, they're scraping silver off the floor as Broken Blade falls low and is going to be put into the zombie form. Kalisz tries to flash away, but Hansama flashes and won't let him escape yet, who dies with the bouncing blades. As Skewmon comes in for the cleanup, it's a double for Hansama. And try as they might, KC can't control G2.
I mean, that really was a best case scenario for KC, but it simply isn't enough. They are too far behind. Only Busio is left standing, and G2 will forego the Dragon in favor of the Nexus.
They just want to try and end the game. Busio, try as you might, cannot clear out these barred up minions. And they're just going to start to push in towards the Nexus.
With Tibbers there to tank as well.
Skewmon needs one
the minions
more.
alive
He needs
for a
one
while.
more.
Skewmon needs one more to be the LEC leader, but Caps takes it away. There's one goat here, and his name starts with C. We're going to all 5. What other way to round out spring here in the LEC?
Smiles on the faces of Caps as they're able to bounce back in Game 4. A scary start as KC found the 2v2 kill, but we go to Game 5 and we go to Law standing by with Broken Blade next to the stage.
Bibi, was that a jungle diff?
That was the jungle canyon.
Canyon.
Yes, sir. Oh, ma'am, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine, whatever. Do you have any inspirational quotes leading us to the break going into Game 5? I know you're really good at this. This is the Bibi podcast, by the way.
Game 5 is you know, where champions are made, and whoever wins is going to be the champion. So it's basically a true sentence. This is where the pressure is on. Mm-hmm. Whoever's going to handle it more, you know. And we've been through these Game 5s a lot, so we were looking to win this one, of course.
Right. Bibi, thank you so much. Whatever this guy says. Let's go to break. Silver Scrapes, baby!